Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new episode of whatever this is. Today's episode is going to be quite spicy, not only because of the guest we have, but also because of the results we have here on the screen. Jesus, I can't talk. But as you can see, um, probably wasn't the best week for Hanu, but we'll get into that in a minute. Ilya, welcome back to the show. How are you?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Thank you again for inviting me.
Hanu?
Yeah, hi Ilya. It's great having you on. It's good to have another Indian on the call with me. Um, and I don't like the fact that Artem likes to make fun of my misery. I really don't. Like I have had a truly tumultuous week, and Artem says it's going to be spicy for the podcast, which it probably will be. But
It's
like still,
it's
it's not
nothing to
fun.
do with you, Hanu. It's more to do with the shirt I'm wearing. And you're
You're
just
gonna finish. You're
you
gonna finish last in your group, by the way. Like that's already a given.
But at least we get to the Champions League.
Well, we're both gonna have the same number of points in the Champions League, so like, does it really matter?
Oh, oh,
It's
oh.
it'll still be nil-nil, right? So I mean, yeah. Um, but yeah, what do we want to start off with? Do we want to start off with this?
Yeah, we have to start off with this.
Sure, sure, man. We'll start with
This is the
start.
biggest game of Russian football of recent history.
I mean, it's really not, but it's fine. Um, Benfica were just better. Like, I'm not as pissed off about the result as I am about all the shit that happened after it. And I will have to choose my words carefully here. So I won't talk much about whatever happened. Um, but yeah, it was rough. Like, listen, man, we didn't play particularly badly. We had a couple of chances. We weren't good by any stretch of the imagination, but we weren't bad either. We were equal for most of the game. But at the end of the day, it comes down to quality. And Benfica were just their squad, their bench is just far better than any Russian club, far better than many clubs that will, of Spartak's. Like, even if we come up against someone in the Europa League, it's quite possible that Benfica will have a better team um, than them. So it just came out to that. I think both of the goals, first goal was offside, by the way. I won't go back on that. That goal was offside. Second one was really preventable. Like, it wasn't a great goal to concede, neither were, but it just, you can't go into a Champions League game with Raskazov at right back, right? He's good for the RPL. He's been very good in the first two RPL games, but it's just the quality difference due to the limit, due to things like that. It's just hard coming up against a team like that. I know you're gonna ask me if we can come back, and I don't really think so. I think it's tough. If we do come back, that'll be something.
what
But yeah,
happens?
right now,
What happens if you lose this? You go into
but
the Europa League, right?
yeah, we do, and I'd prefer actually. You know what the thing is, right? I've come to terms with a loss, so I'd rather lose now than have to play next week and then eventually lose because that's just extra games on the calendar. So if we lose now, we go to the Europa League, that's fine. I don't really mind that. I hope we can build a proper team, get some tactics in order, and hit form when the Europa League eventually comes around. Partizan just scored against Sochi, by the way.
Did they?
So yeah.
Well,
So
I
yeah.
mean,
What do you think, Art? What do you think about this game?
well, to be
The
honest, I didn't watch it, so I can't tell you much. I heard that the goal that you're talking about that was offside wasn't actually offside because the player didn't have any what you call it, like he didn't play any role in the
yeah,
in the attack.
but
So
if you watch it, you'll see what I'm saying. Like he sort of duped Maximenko and them into thinking that he was going to shoot,
mm,
but the other guy shot it. So, technically, he didn't. But we've seen goals like that. To be fair, it was good that there was no VAR yesterday because it probably would not have ended well for us. The referee was a fucking prick. Um, but I don't like any referees. So I mean, yeah, that's that. I am salty, but I'm
Hanu's
just hoping that.
Hanu's really hoping that we one day transition into a refereeless game where it's just kind of prison rules.
Yeah, no, I'm no a referee-less game or just like a game with AI controlling the match. Because the thing is, when you see a referee, right, and they've just given an awful decision,
Yeah,
they typically just look like dickheads while doing it. Whereas with a robot, you probably won't have that. So I don't want a bad decision to go against my team, and then the guy who gave it looks like a kid. I'd rather just a robot give a yellow card or something. That's better.
I don't like.
Yeah.
Jesus, maybe one day robots will be able to do that kind of thing, but I feel like it's just every situation is so different. It's not like goal line technology where it can just be like yes or no. It's so
Yeah.
like every decision in football is so debatable one way or the other. I just don't think it's gonna get to that stage. Not in
Probably
the
won't
next
just
25
blindly
years at
open.
least.
Yeah.
But yeah. Ilya, did you watch this game?
Yeah, sure. Nice game. I thought should be like 5 the score. 3 penalties. Not
Yeah, I
good.
mean, it could have been, to be fair. Could have been. Like,
No, sorry, the level is too high for Spartak, especially for Spartak right now. Maybe you.
to be fair, I think,
is them
yeah. Yeah. But I feel like Zenit would have lost this game, by the way, with ease.
Well,
Because
we'll never know.
no, because we at least had two competent center backs. Zenit would have had Lovren, like he would have conceded Lovren and Rakitsky.
Like
But we will never know.
you're saying
But
that, but who has the only Champions League winning centre back in the league? It's us.
do you?
Well, name
Surely
it.
there's somebody else.
No, there's not. There's only one. Rami's gone. He's long gone. Oh no,
Rami
he
didn't win.
didn't even win
Who
the
did
Champions League.
he
Won
win?
the World Cup. We've got
Cedric Gogo has the quality to be a Champions League winning centre back,
right.
but
Okay. Well,
we're not ready for that conversation.
yeah. Well, on that note, I think we should move on to Sochi, who are playing right now, and who you said just conceded. So Noboa scored a penalty about 10 minutes ago or something, and now
Yeah.
now Ricardo's just scored to bring it back. Have you been watching this one?
Me, yeah, I've got it on my other computer.
And how are they doing?
They've been good, man. Like they've been really impressive. They were in control from the start. Now it's sort of pretty open when they're getting a bit exposed. But his Fedotov's game plan worked pretty well, defending well, attacking well. And Partizan, how dominant they were in the league last year and how dominant they've been so far, it's really impressive that Sochi are doing this.
Yeah,
So
I was a little bit scared when I saw they were going up against Partizan, so I'm kind of hoping that they'll pull something out of the bag. I don't know how, but we'll see. Ilya, are you watching this game or?
No, I'm not watching, but like, pretty sure Sochi go through, qualify the group stage, and they have every chance to win this conference league because they're like.
Oh yes, come on, that's a good prediction. I like that.
Yeah,
I
my
can see
bold
it,
prediction
man.
actually is that they qualify for the group stage and Rubin won't, because Rubin will lose to Częstochowa. You know what I'm wearing for this podcast right now. Yeah,
This is the Polish Football News podcast now.
Ilya is a big
they
Poland
donate.
fan. Like, yeah, like Kazakhstan is to me what Poland is to Ilya.
I think Rubin doesn't need a conference league at all. They're doing the stuff like they're inviting Slutsky, or they're stealing some players for win. Like they do it to win Russian league. That's all they want. They don't need this conference league stuff. And Slutsky already, like 7 years ago, he played against AEK. I guess he lost like home. Remember that game, 2-0, and so there were no European games for CSK, and they won the league that year.
Maybe that's an interesting prediction. I can see it happening, to be fair. Like, what about you, Artem? Do you see Rubin going out early?
No, I think they'll get to the group stage at least. Like it seems like their opponents are fairly nice as well. Like it seems like they'll get to the group stage and then they might bow out after that. But
Yeah.
until then,
You think they'll make it?
yeah, I think they'll make it. I've accidentally somehow frozen Ilya on my screen. I don't know what to do.
Ilya is
This is
frozen.
actually
Ilya, speak.
this is
I'll cut this out.
no. He can speak. I know he can speak. I'll be able to hear him as well. It's just I don't know what it is, but with this layout, I've just completely messed it up again. And
Ilya, what do you think of Mokin?
What?
What do you
Sorry.
think of Mokin?
Mokin is a fraud, of course.
Okay, right. I can hear
He's
it.
the
Right from
biggest
you.
fraud in RPL right now, bigger than Kricha, of course.
And he's not even good. He was bad against Loko. We have to talk about the RPL. There was a lot of good RPL games.
We do have to talk about the RPL. Ilya, I hope you don't mind. I'm just going to leave you frozen for now because it's just so much of a hassle to fix it.
Fine.
Sorry. I'll not make that mistake in the future. I think what it was is that I minimized the tab, and for some reason it didn't freeze Hanu, but it froze you this time. Because last time it froze Hanu, so it's just choosing one or the other. But look, we move. I'll never do that again. But yeah, this week at the RPL was quite an interesting one. Wouldn't say there was any massive surprises except for Himki winning. Did you guys watch any of the games?
That's not a surprise.
Come on.
What?
Himki
That's not a
away at
surprise. That's
Krasnodar.
not a surprise, man. Krasnodar could
Are
lose
you
to
insane? Are you actually...
Krasnodar could lose to Krasava tomorrow, and it would not be a surprise.
Oh my days.
Krasnodar are a relegation club, man. If you look at that table in 2021, they are actually 14th. They might be 15th now. They're just not good, bro. You need to wake up. Like, it's not a surprise. No, not this. The whole year table, like it shows you all games for 2021, and it's not transfer market. We'll talk about it later. But like, they were 14th. They were unironically 14th in the second half of this last season. But yeah, but I did watch a few games. I watched the Spartak game, decent victory. For a win is a win. Watched. Oh, you watched Ufa Dinamo, didn't you? That was a good game, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ufa Dinamo was a decent one. 2 goals from Fomin for penalties, and then Szymanski scored. Another Polish player. You know what?
Yeah.
Poland are really making moves these days, so Ilya will be happy about that. I think you have him in your fantasy, right?
Yeah, he's my fantasy.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you made him captain as well or something.
I actually have Despot as my captain.
Oh yeah, you had a deadly week because of that.
He did. He had a good week. Who had the best week though? Does anybody know?
Well, we'll talk about that later.
All right, we will. But yeah, I watched a few of the games. I watched the CSK Loko game, which I think Ilya will want to talk about. What do you think of that one, Ilya? Were you at? Were you at the game?
No, unfortunately not. But yeah, the game was great. First of all, Mukhin was awful, as I expected. That's like the main highlight of the game. And second, like, forget about 4-2 Diamond, which we are like now Loko for. Like they played Diamond whole spring last year. Now they play different type of tactics. Of course, like Nikolic is a genius because like without Krychowiak, without like any new players, Yedvai is not ready yet. He's doing that stuff, but I don't know. I don't want to overestimate this win because CSK doesn't have a coach. They just don't know how to play football. Well, I watched both CSK games in RPL. I know they look awful, like a team without a coach, because they don't have a coach.
Yeah, they haven't been great. Like they did get the win against was it Ufa or Arsenal Tula, one of them on the first day of. Yeah, but yeah, they didn't look too good against Lokomotiv. But Ilya, like since we're here and we're talking about Loko, we may as well ask you what your opinion is on all this stuff going on off the pitch with Zorn and Ragnik and you know.
Yes, like Hanu said, I was melting down when I heard the news because all of that stuff was crazy. But you know, I'm that guy who usually goes against mainstream opinion. When I heard the news, I thought, well, maybe it's not bad. Maybe Krychowiak is old, and Smolov is old too. And we don't need Miranchuk because he's on the bench, and Barinov won't play that good after the injury stuff. And as for Grzegorz Krychowiak, looks like they're all frozen. No, it's fine. So
no, we're back.
As for Grzegorz, if you think about it, if you think that Lokomotiv is an NBA team, you're a general manager and you have like a huge Krychowiak contract, and he's becoming free agent next year. You're not gonna sign a new contract with him because he demands too much. Maybe it's a good deal to just sell his contract and even get like some money for it. So he won't play better for sure because we all saw his level at Euros. I was at the game against Slovakia. It was maybe he's not becoming better in the next few years. So
I don't think he's gonna get any better, but I do think he's gonna be good in Krasnodar. I feel like, like he'll slot into that team and probably be one of the main players, even at his age and stuff like that. Like I do think that he's gonna do well there.
well, everybody could do well in Krasnodar right now. I mean, as Hanu said, they are a fraud team, and
Yeah.
I'm not having this, Hanu. We're gonna we have a third
Yeah,
bet to announce later on. We're gonna have to do a fourth bet now as well.
we can fight about Krasnodar for all day long. We can fight. They are fraud. They are the worst team in Russia, man.
Oh,
Anzi
jeez.
Makaskar. The stats are right there, man.
It's actually ridiculous that you'll say something about one of the most look, they haven't had a good couple of seasons, but they've had the biggest and best rise in Russian football pretty much ever, and they've got a really good project and an owner who actually cares about the club and doesn't make the most stupid decisions ever, unlike some clubs that we know. So I don't know. I think that it's just more of a blip, and I think that it's only a matter of time until they win the league. But it's not
What?
gonna come.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not
It's
gonna
gonna
happen
be
it's not gonna
5
happen in
years.
the next 2 years. But I'm saying in the next 5 years they'll have a league title.
But like I get that and I know the project is very impressive, but that's what makes them even more tin pot to me is the fact that you have all that and you are so incompetent in your on pitch matters. Like they are painful to watch. Like if Arsenal Tola just don't show up every week, I don't care because I don't expect anything from Arsenal Tola. But when Krasnodar, because you expect things from them. They signed a striker for mad money, great stadium, all of that. We know all of that, right? But they just don't. You get a blip. You understand a blip, right? But when a blip lasts an entire year, you've gone through two managers. Like Goncharenko has barely changed anything since Musayev left. Like I
Yeah,
really think that club needs priests or something to just sort of douse it in holy water or something because I can't understand any other reason, man. Their squad is good. You know their squad is good,
this squad
right?
is
The
good.
transfers aren't great. Like Ilian doesn't make sense, but Krakowiak and Cordova are good transfers. They didn't do the rebuild fine, but they still are underperforming so much that they've really been cursed by something or whatever, right? But
It's
they are
so
truly the
early in the season to say that they haven't
it's
rebuilt.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
way too early. They're only have after bringing the manager in last month. They've already signed a couple of players, right? You may
Last
agree or
month.
may disagree with the transfers they're making, but it's so early days. Like you're saying this all about Krasnodar, where in the meantime you're saying that Rui Vitoria is going to save football,
I
and he's
said that.
done
I said
nothing.
that.
And
I
he's
said
done
that. I
nothing but
said that.
disappoint.
To be fair, there is. I said that in the match Premier Cup, right? It has aged well. That's out there for the world to see. But
Exactly.
all of my Krasnodar agendas have been on point. That club is hopeless. It is
No.
hopeless, right? And Sochi have had as good of a rise. All Sochi need is the Champions League, and they'll be there. And Sochi are 3 years old, so
You,
like I
you
don't
know,
I don't see how.
You know, Hanu, I'm gonna
Go
make
on.
an outrageous bet with you now, right?
Okay.
Our usual stake of €5. I'm gonna say Krasnodar finish ahead of Spartak this season.
Oh, fine. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Shake my
Well,
hand.
that's a real bet. Okay. That's the wrong hand. I don't know
I
why
w-
it's flipped on my screen.
no, it's
But
fine. It's on mine as well. But we may as well just announce the other one we have, which is Hanu. Look, we might as well go on to the next topic, I guess. Like, Ilya will have something to say about this one as well, if I can actually figure out.
yeah.
What the hell? Which one is it? This one? No. Here we go.
Yeah. Okay, there he is. A whole fraud.
Here he is. A 2-year contract for Yuri Semin at Rostov. Ilya, what do you think of this one?
yeah, I know what's going on behind this because just a week before, Ivan Korsh, he was an SMM manager, Lokomotiv, and he came to Lokomotiv when Semin was in charge. He was a head coach. Now he came to Rostov, and of course he doesn't want to work with Valery Karpin, so I think he's kind of like fired Karpin and decided to hire Semin. I have no other explanation to hire Semin for the RPL club right now. Maybe Nizhny Novgorod should definitely be better than Kerzhakov, but for any
I
other club,
I'm hearing so many
Like,
crazy opinions here. Kershikov's got 4 points from 2 games so far.
Krasnodar is good, yeah.
But like, yeah, like, do you know, it is all Ivan Korja. It has to be. And he posted a photo with him with Seoman today, so
Yeah.
it's clear that's what happened. Social media managers are getting way too much power these days. Hanu, I'm expecting you to sack Vittoria after a couple of bad results.
Hope like the takeover will happen at some point. Either I'll get taken over or I'll take over something, but takeover will come. You you can be assured of that. But yeah, what do you think, Artem, of first of all Karpin leaving after a week like a child, and then Yuri Semin coming in?
My opinion on Karpin is that it's a smart idea. I think there was way too many conflicts of interest for him managing
Yeah.
Rostov and the national team at the same time, and I've said that. Um, like I actually said on the last week's podcast, you pointed this out, thanks, on Twitter, that I had actually said that Karpin's going to be gone in no time from Rostov, and well, like it was less time than no time really. It was a couple of days later, and he was gone. It was never going to work out. I'm kind of happy because if he's focusing full time on the national team, then maybe the results won't be as shit as I expect. But yeah, I'm happy for Rostov as well because I do like that club and I think that it's best for them to have a manager who's able to focus on this job full time. And I actually think Seomin is a decent appointment. Like I don't think he's going to go and win the league or anything, but I think like Hanu said to me earlier that he doesn't think that they're going to finish. Like he said, they'll finish 8th and they'll be happy with it. So that's the third bet that me and Hanu have is that Hanu's betting on Rostov finishing in the bottom half of the league, and I'm betting on them finishing in the top half. So, for anyone listening, that's our fourth bet of the season. So it should be interesting to see how that falls.
It will be. And you know what the thing is? I don't like Yuri Semin at all. I think apart from Krasnodar, he's the thing I dislike most in Russia. See, I dislike Yuri Semin more than I dislike Krasnodar. And this is me completely just blowing any chances of ever working for Ross as long as he is there, but that's fine. My agendas are more important. Like, one good thing about this move, right, is that we won't have to hear him give his opinion on everything. Because since he left Loko, he's been on his punditry run. He like giving interviews, talking shit about Nikolic, talking shit about whoever else is at Loko, and for no reason. For no reason, right? So I'm glad about that, but I'm also surprised at how positive the reaction to him being signed has been. Like, I haven't seen a single negative comment apart from myself and Ilya and Kai. Shout out Kai. But this guy is a dinosaur, man. He, all you're gonna see is him shouting from the touchline every game, more than Tedesco did. And Tedesco is a cool guy. This guy isn't cool, right? He's washed, and it's just yeah. I hope it doesn't go down well. I like Rostov as a club, I really do. But this is just a really uninspiring appointment with the team they have, with everything. It's not good.
Who were they meant to
Um,
bring in though? Like who else could they have brought in?
they could have brought in some foreign. I would have preferred Berdiev, just because Berdiev's a cooler guy than Semin.
What am I hearing? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
You don't think
He,
Berdiev is cool? He's a cool
no,
guy.
Berdiev is a great manager. He's just so like I'm pretty sure the reason they brought Karpin in after Berdiev was because they wanted to completely change that style of play. They wanted to go from something that was like a well-oiled machine to something a bit more interesting to watch. And no, like that just seems like it would be a step backwards for me. Like I don't think that would have ever happened. To be honest, I'm very surprised that you'd even have suggested him because you're usually against those kind of managers.
Yeah, I am against that kind of managers. Like I would have preferred somebody young, foreign, someone like that. But like changing Semin and then for DMs like pouring water on water, so I don't really mind. Um, but yeah, that's all I have to say.
So you're still gonna stick with the fact that they're gonna finish in the bottom half.
Yeah, yeah.
Ilya, what do you think?
I,
Do you think they're gonna finish in the bottom half or the top?
If they don't fire Summon, they're gonna finish in the bottom half for sure. Because Summon is like, come on, he doesn't have Pashinin. Oleg Pashinin has been a head coach of Lokomotiv Moscow for the last 8 years. He is now. So, I mean, the real head coach. So, I don't know. Like, you know, his assistant, Summon's assistant, they're even older than him. So, I mean, Hanu is right, kind of. He's kind of right. Like, Semin is a Pelé of Russian football.
Oh, see, now you're gonna get me on your side just by saying that. That's the title of this this podcast, by the way. Semin is the Russian Pelé. I don't know. It seems like me that it seems to me that it's not like really that bad of an appointment, and like if Lokomotiv really are trying to get rid of players, which now it seems like might not be true. Like honestly, who knows what's going on anymore? But like, I wouldn't be surprised to see one or two players go to Rostov, and you know that might help them as well in their bid for that top half finish.
They already have like, I don't know, 5 or 6 former Lokomotiv players. Like,
Oh yeah, but who doesn't though? Lokomotiv have like the most, apart from Chertanova now. But apart from it, they have like the most academy graduates in the league, don't they?
yeah, they do.
So yeah,
They
it's
they
not.
signed Bastos back. What do you think of that?
Yeah, they did sign Bastos, which is
Oh wow. Messi left Barcelona, bro. What?
excuse me, what?
Messi will not continue at Barcelona. Like Barcelona said that.
No
Why
That's
we
way.
are
insane.
even discussing that on the Russian part? Come on.
Russian football
Yeah,
is
we're.
irrelevant. Nobody cares about that shit. That shit is
Well, this is
banter.
actually that's actually. To be fair, we'll move on to all this other stuff. But where the hell is he going? Aston Villa. Yeah,
Spartak
brilliant.
Moscow, that's what is coming. That's why the people are calling me, bro. It's like Indians are calling me. They're so shocked at this news.
Man, that's wild.
Where is he going? Please, I swear to God, if Florentino Perez. Florentino Perez.
Nah, he's
Do
going to Man
something.
City.
If he
I.
goes to Man City, I will cry. Like
What's the
what? How
prediction?
much?
We have to predict a club each. This has to be a thing. Like before any rumors are out there, we have to all say a club.
Um, PS. No, not PSG. I think he might. Oh, I know what's going to happen.
Go on.
PSG sell Mbappe to us when they sign Messi. I would, on my knees, I would start loving football again. I hate football right now. I would start loving football if that happens. Because we get Mbappe, but
Yeah.
Barcelona don't have Messi anymore. That's the league for us. Like, it doesn't matter who else we have in the team. But please, I wish that happens.
Yeah, I think PSG is probably what I would have said as well, but you know, I'm kind of thinking like I should say something different to you, but I do think PSG is the most obvious choice. They've been picking up a few free agents here and there, and I feel like, you know, their owners, all they want to do is win the Champions League, and if you can have like, you know, Messi and Neymar in your squad, and Sergio Ramos has won it so many times as well, like it just seems like it's almost like the last dance for all of those players.
Yeah.
How
Ilya.
about Zenit? How about Zenit?
Oh, we do need a
Messi
Drusi
fit?
replacement.
That's the thing. How implausible is that?
Absolutely
How
implausible. Impossible.
Come on, man. It can happen.
Hanu, you're
No,
diluting
like
your Ribena.
what would it take though? What would it take?
What would it take? It would take
A
PSG.
lot of money. But
It would take PSG, Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea, Real Madrid, all ceasing to exist.
really, you don't think we could just like give
No,
Messi
no,
$20 million a
no,
week and
no,
then he'd come here?
no. It couldn't
20
happen.
million dollars a week, man. Just
He was about to sign a contract for half of his salary at Barcelona to stay there. He's
he
clearly not.
didn't. That's the thing. He
But
didn't.
but the problem is that he even if he had signed that contract at half his salary, they couldn't cover their debts. That's the issue. It had nothing to do with that he didn't want to take that salary anymore or anything. He had agreed that already. It's just that because of all this stuff coming in with them being so in debt, and although them saying that they have a great credit rating and all this stuff, it's clear that they don't. It's clear that Barcelona are in financial shit. Like, they couldn't do anything. Like, there was nothing they could have done to keep Messi.
Ilya, what do you think? How long is it before Rangnick gets Messi on the phone?
Nah, he's like too old.
Exactly.
So-
Ragnick is looking for the young players. He's looking to develop the Red Bull Moscow.
We have
If you
talked
buy
about this.
Akhmat-Sochi,
Yeah, but like,
Like, there's
and
no
Real Madrid. Go on.
there's no scenario. Like, I see Messi going back to Argentina quicker than I see him going to Russia.
Yeah, that could actually happen. I can see that happening to be fair. I can
Yeah,
see him just going back to Argentina right now
Yeah,
if he doesn't.
I can see him going to Newell's, but like, I don't know. I still think that he probably wants to play at the top level again. I feel like I'd love to see him in the Premier League. I'd love to see how he would adapt. That would be real fun. But I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I don't know. Like, what's the story with Juventus here? Are they still able to sign players? Like,
Juventus don't have the juice. Juventus don't have the juice. Man, the memes are hilarious. But yeah, no. Going back to Russian football, do we have anything to discuss?
oh yeah, we have
We do
loads.
actually, don't we?
There
We
was a
have
snake
loads.
on the
Oh
pitch.
God, I forgot about this. Jeez, I forgot about this. The best meme you can come up with. Who is this? I saw Milan fans say Donnarumma and Kalanoglu are playing for Akhmat now. What's the best you can come up with? Is Zuba playing for Akhmat now? Or what's the best snake football meme we can come up with?
I'm sorry, I'm not talking about Akhmat. Let's move on to the next.
You know what, Hanu? I think it's you. I think that you finally made your way down to the Chechen Republic.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't mind that. I don't mind. Ilya likes Akhmat though. I don't know why he's shying away from the responsibility of talking about it. Ilya is a secret Akhmat fan.
Yeah, Akhmat is my favorite club in Russia. Sure.
Anyways, do we want to move on to like the real transfers? Like, Messi's that fake shit. This is that real shit.
Yeah.
We talked about Bastos there already. He's come back to Rostov. He used to play for them before. Played for them for what, 2 or 3 seasons or something like that. So
Yeah.
honestly, like, he was good back then. Don't know how he is like now. So
Yeah. He was in what? He played for Lazio for a couple of years and then went to Saudi Arabia or something.
yeah, one of those
Um,
countries.
yeah. But I haven't really ever seen him play in Russia. But like, okay, I guess.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like there's not really much else to say other than that. Like I said, he was good when he played for Rostov before, but I've not kept up with his career obviously since then. So if he can get back to the level he was at, then great. If not, then like, do we care? Not really.
yeah. They're going to finish below 8th anyway. So
Yeah, Zenit are making a few moves. They're signing a guy called Pavlyuchenko, and not the striker, some goalkeeper. He's apparently very good. He plays in the Belarusian league, and
yeah.
well, like, I've no idea if he's actually any good, because I've never heard of him until literally today. But I hope he's better I hope he's better than Kerzhakov, because I've said it a couple of times, but Kerzhakov's the kind of keeper who makes all the saves that he needs to make, but nothing more. Like, there's never a clutch moment where he like pulls it out of the bag. So I'm kind of hoping that we can get a keeper who like actually gets fans off their feet when he makes a great save or something like that. You know?
Yeah, true. I did like your tweet saying that Zenit's goalkeepers are called Kerzhakov and Pavlyuchenko. That was a good tweet.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. It's funny. It feels like the Russian national team back in 2007. So
I also love the second comment on the screen. I thought that striker in Znamia Nogins, like he, he's a bit more than that. The actual Pavlyuchenko, right? He's done a lot more than just play for Znamia Nogins.
yeah, exactly.
But Ilya, what do you think of Loko spending the money on Tiknizyan?
Well, again, we don't know the amount of money they're spending, because some people say they're spending too, and like I guess they did spend 5 million on Tiknizyan. I'm not sure. Like, people criticizing Ragnik for like his scouting, that he found kind of found Makarov around Tiknizyan, and that's not scouting at all, because like David Sansan knew these players like 10 years ago, and like
Yeah, but you're talking about one of the best scouts in Russian football here. It's not like
yeah,
just
definitely.
because David knew doesn't mean that everyone else knew. In fact, it's usually the case where David will tweet someone's name and then like 3 years later he'll publish it, like he'll post it in a group chat and be like, "Told you."
But I think that this is not about finding players; it's about buying players. So if we buy all the players, all the young players we can, this is a strategy. So of course, like CSK not gonna sell us Mukhin right now. They're gonna sell us Mukhin 2 years later when they find out he's really bad. And Dynamo won't sell us Zaharan, but like all other young players are available. I guess that's the strategy, and I hope they find some really good players abroad, maybe in Red Bull academies or else. As for Tiknizyan, I don't get his motivation, because he said in an interview that he wanted to move to Loko because he didn't get enough playing time for CSK, but he won't get playing time in Lokomotiv as a left back, because Ribus is just gonna play 30 games RPL, all 6 games in Europa League, maybe playoffs if we go to playoffs. I don't know. I'm not sure like there is a chance to play as a left back or as a right back, because I don't know if Tiknizyan plays as a right back. So maybe he'll play in the midfield as like one of the wingers. That's the only chance he gets the playing time, because like as for me, Ribus is the best left back in the league. That's a bold statement, I know, but maybe
Yeah.
could you name anybody who's better than
I can
Ribus?
name two. That's way better. Artem
Then
is much
Tiknizyan?
better.
Artem's
No,
great.
than
Yeah,
Ribus.
Yeah.
yeah, Artem's still better.
Artem's better, and Douglas Santos.
Well,
Douglas
Douglas
Doug.
Santos not a left back. Well,
Ah, come on.
uh,
Yeah, he is. He plays left back. He can just.
he,
He's
he
the
plays
same.
anywhere.
He's the same as Tiknizyan. He plays in both left back and midfield.
I can agree that Douglas Santos is better. Arton is not better. Arton is a fraud. He's
Okay.
just
They don't do that. And Artem is not great yesterday, but like Artem is good.
did you see
Ribas
Arton
is
against Penyaev? Come on.
yeah,
Like
okay. See,
Yeah.
now I'm
Okay. That's
upset.
actually that's fair. Yeah.
Penyaev did nothing against. None of these people watched the game, right? Match premiere were creaming themselves all the time. Oh, Penyaev every time he has the ball. They did all their nonsense, right? Pinyaev did nothing against Artem. Pinyaev got past Artem one time.
Yeah.
They came up 4 more times in that match, and Artem pocketed him. I actually have the video with me. I made a little clip of like a 40-second clip of Artem pocketing Pinyaev. You can get past a player once, but this overreaction has just been like gross. So Artem had a bad game yesterday. I still do. Rebus is pretty good. Rebus is pretty good, but I would still say Artem's better. But we need to stop with the Pinyaev exaggerations, please.
Well, I've made him my
Please.
captain on fantasy football, so.
I'm not surprised.
You know,
But-
I honestly, I might just do that, because why not? I'm not doing well anyway, I need a Hail Mary. But we have a few more transfers to discuss. The first is Claudinho, who apparently is moving to Zenit after the Olympics. Fee of 15 million plus 20% of his future sale fee. I had never heard of this guy until this rumour. I
Yeah.
looked him up on YouTube, and it was like best goals, assists, and skills. And the whole first minute was just him nutmegging players. So like, although that's interesting, I didn't see much that made me think that he was great. But should be an interesting one if he comes around if he comes to the RPL and starts trying to nutmeg players. I feel like he's gonna get his legs broken quite quickly. But we'll see.
Yeah.
I think you can't buy a player from Red Bull Bragantini if you're not Ralf Ragnick. He'll block that transfer.
Oh,
No,
I wish he did
that
that.
would be funny.
I wish he did that. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be really fun. But yeah, do we have Makarov's going apparently, which is surprising.
Yeah, Makarov for 10 million as well. And the rumor there is that Rubin think that he's already at the peak of his career, that he's not going to get much better, and that 10 million is probably the highest fee he'll command. So they've taken the 10 million, which is actually, it's a bit of a wild fee. When I saw it myself, I was like, Jesus Christ. But then I heard that who was his former club?
Neftekhimik.
Yeah, so they're getting 40% of the fee. So that means Rubin are going to get 6 million for him, and I think 6 million is probably fair for Makarov at this point in his career.
Yeah.
But Jesus, like to get 10 million overall for that fee just seems crazy to me.
there was a rumor that Krychowiak will go to Rubin.
Yeah.
Makarov will go to Loko, and Loko will pay a little bit for the deal. That
That would have made sense.
That
Yeah,
would have
that
been
would've-
interesting. But it didn't
I
happen.
don't get Krychowiak. Krychowiak doesn't want to go to Kazan, but he wants to go to Krasnodar. I think he doesn't know that Krasnodar is not like a Galitsky Park. If you Google Krasnodar pics, it doesn't look like a Galitsky Park at all.
Well,
Maybe-
you say that, but the places that he's able to afford to go, they'll all look like that.
Yeah, but he'll have to leave Krasnodar. I mean, I've been there. It's not it's not like Moscow at all.
Yeah.
And Kazan, I think Kazan is like a bigger city. I don't get like his motivation if it's true that he wanted to go to Krasnodar instead of Kazan.
He was
No,
probably
I
getting
don't
more
think-
money. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I'd say that's got to play a part in it, and probably, I don't know. Like, to be fair, like, they're both good clubs with good projects. Hanu will agree or disagree with the Krasnodar one, but will agree with the Kazan one. I feel like, I don't know, like it kind of makes sense. I feel like he's gonna slot into that team well, and look, this way he can still wear green. So maybe he just likes that color.
Green will be banned soon, like in Italy.
Oh, I hope not. He's also closer to the
think
beach this
it's
way. You
good,
never know. Maybe he wanted to go to Sochi, but they didn't offer him, so he had to go kind of almost that way, but not quite.
Yeah, I mean, where is Krasnodar near the sea?
Yeah, it's
Like, is it?
Yeah, 100 and something kilometers.
Yeah, like
Oh.
it's. Yeah.
Sochi should have signed him, man. Imagine that. That would have been
Imagine
good.
him and Nabo in midfield. That would actually have been crazy. That would have been like a top
That
midfield.
would have been a legendary midfield. Yeah.
That would have been the
Triple.
midfield that won the first ever Conference League.
Yeah, that's true. That would have been finally bring Russia another European trophy.
Yeah. But there's a few more transfers. Apparently, there's this guy called Montasar Talbi who's moving to Rubin Kazan. He's a centre back, plays for I think Tunisia. He's coming from Benevento, but I don't think he's actually played there before.
Yeah.
So, no idea what to think of him. But like, look, I trust the signings they've made because like the signings that Rubin have been making since Lutsky got there have been quite good. So,
Yeah.
nothing to say
Yeah.
more than that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think, do we have much else? I think is it?
is that all transfers?
Yeah, is it? Is it?
Oh, Hanu, come on.
Oh my God, bro! This Messi news
No,
threw me off.
Hanu, I'm not having it. We talked about this earlier, and we were talking about what transfers happened this week, right? And before the show, Hanu forgot that this happened, and now during the show, he's forgotten it happened.
Yeah, but that's the thing, bro. The Messi news threw me off so much, right? But this guy, man, he is comfortably the best footballer in the world. Like,
Yeah, of course. Look, people say Messi's the best player in the world, but he can't even get a contract. He's a free agent.
Messi's unemployed.
Exactly, Messi
Messi
is
is
literally
unemployed.
unemployed.
Messi is unemployed, and but I respect this dude so much, and he's just a ray of sunshine. Super wholesome dude, great footballer. Gone to Roma. He left Rostov to go to Genoa. Not many believed. I didn't think he'd do as well as he did. And just in the most wholesome manner, he's gone to Roma now. I think he's going to do well. He's got Jose Mourinho with him. Some people, they don't get along with Jose Mourinho. That's because sometimes they have egos. They think too much of themselves. They don't like to be. But I think he'll get along pretty well just because Mourinho is such a legend. You can make him into a proper target man, even better than he already is. And I think he's going to do well, man. I'm super excited.
Me too.
This is huge.
And just imagine when Messi moves to Roma and he's assisting Shomurodov. Just imagine how many goals they get together.
Oh, that would be great. Um, but by the way, Iliad, Artem was talking about Shomurodov beating Roma. I mean, not Roma, beating Lokomotiv. Do you remember that game? The
You mean
the Luka
when Luka Georgievich
Yes,
score? Yeah, that was a
exactly.
big game. Yeah.
That was the only Lokomotiv game I've ever been to, and it was very entertaining, I must say.
Yeah, that's one of those games which, like, even I just told Ilya one sentence about it, and he knows exactly what game it is.
Yeah,
There's very few group of games that you can say that for.
yeah,
Zenit
exactly.
Krasnodar is one, Zenit Dinamo Minsk is one, Spartak Sevilla is that. But like that game, it wasn't even important,
No.
but everybody remembers it.
Yeah. Well,
It's
to
a
be
big
fair, I
deal.
think that's because of that block from Chernov. Like, I think that is the main reason because that's gone viral. Like, every time that comes up on the feed, it gets like thousands and thousands of retweets because it is probably the best block that's ever happened in football.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's up there for sure. Probably is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And where's Luka actually now? Did he sign for?
No, he's still unemployed. He is still unemployed.
wait, Luka who?
Georgievich.
Luka Georgievich.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. That man's career is just
It fell
upsetting.
off. Yeah.
It's upsetting.
Yeah,
Cool.
his career finished that game. I think.
Just to think, like,
That
had he hit it a couple of inches higher, it would have just bounced off Chernov and gone into the goal. But no, it's just upsetting. Anyway, we digress. I think all we've got to talk about now is the fantasy league.
we do, and this is one I'm very excited to talk about.
Okay, we'll talk about
Very,
this.
very excited to talk about.
So as you can
Um,
see, Sir Spartak India is at the top of the league for this week.
yes.
And what place
Yes.
are you all together? Like, Jeez,
And
what's happening there? You
I'd
are
like to thank,
7th.
yeah, because I was 19th last week, so it's a
Yeah.
big glow up. It's a
No, it's
big
not
glow
bad.
up.
Not bad at all.
We have to figure out a way to improve on our results. Changes are already being made, and yeah, I'm hoping that we have a good week. Rifat is going to come in for Moses. Other two changes I haven't decided on yet. But yeah, Ilya, you made a fantasy tournament as well, didn't you? Why don't you tell us about that, Artem, if you have the thingy up?
So I have this thing here. Actually, I'm gonna just make it smaller on the screen, to be honest. So Ilya made this league that we have. He's gonna have to explain it because, to be honest, I don't fully understand it, and I'm not gonna lie. But this is the table so far. Ilya, take it away.
So yeah, I always like to play head-to-head fantasy because like just the table is not kind of entertaining for me. Although I want to win the Lokomotiv black T-shirt, so I'm motivated anyway. So yeah, I made a head-to-head league when there were 17 teams, and I went full hypercube because I created like 4 systems of how it can be actually organized. But then there were 2 teams added, so had to change everything, and I thought maybe like democracy is not a good choice.
Yeah.
So I just I think I do it by myself and create that playoff system. I'm sending to Twitter direct messages. So the thing is, we're gonna play like there are 19 teams. We're gonna play 19 rounds.
Did you make this graphic as well? That's actually kind of sick. I like that.
Yeah, and
that's a great graphic. I didn't even see that. Wait, what? That's beautiful.
Hang on, let me actually.
This will be the thumbnail.
Yeah, it actually is going to be. It's pretty nice.
So we play from round 2 of the real RPL. We start at round 2 of RPL, and we finish at round 20. So there will be 19 rounds, and then top 10 teams go to the playoffs. And as you see, we do like NBA system with the play-in. I don't know if you like play-in or not. Probably you don't like play-in because it does. But
yeah,
as you see, yeah, seventh team will play against 8th team.
Yeah.
After that, and then the winner will be 7th seed. The loser will play against the winner of the other game, and the winner will be 8th seed, and then we'll just have a regular like Champions League bracket with 2 games in each round, and the final as a 1 round. And I counted it would be like a 27th round of the real RPL.
Sick. Well, that is honestly gonna be really cool. Like I really like this because now I can come mid-table and I'll still be able to make it into the make it into the playoffs. But this is gonna be really interesting. Like this isn't what we're gonna use for whoever wins the jersey in the end. Like it's just gonna be the league table. But for anybody watching, like Ilya's gone through a lot of effort to make this league, and it seems like it's gonna be really cool. Like if fixtures can be published maybe before game days or after game days, like we'll retweet it from all our accounts to make sure everybody knows they're playing, and like this is gonna be just another fun addition to keep people interested in the league.
And actually, if you don't make it to the playoffs, you'll go to losers playoffs, and I've sent you another file of the losers playoffs. So it will be entertaining for everyone participating, because some of you guys listening to our podcast will not make it.
I love these graphics. These honestly are so sick. I like them. Oh god. Yeah, but this is really cool. Like this is definitely gonna keep me interested. Like I'm gonna be Hanu in the playoffs anyway. I can just tell. He's gonna come like first in the league, and I'll come like 8th or whatever I need to come, and then I'll beat him in the playoffs because he's gonna choke.
Would not surprise me. Would not surprise me.
And also one thing I wanted to discuss with you, as like whatever this is, fantasy league board. I think like we don't have a budget for this fantasy league, but we can sell naming rights. How about that? Like, imagine if there is a name of whatever this is, fantasy league, and then you can put literally everything, like Vicha Kvartskale, for example, or you can put Vicha as a fraud.
Yeah.
So
Okay. For
if
next
anybody,
season, is that
no,
what you mean? Whoever wins gets a name, or
no. I mean, you can just, if you want your name to be in this playoff bracket, for example. So
yeah.
just selling the fantasy league naming rights. So
Okay.
it will be named after you or after whatever you want, after your brand. So if you pay like, I don't know, pay literally anything, and that would be
That would be
That's
yeah.
what we'll
that
do.
would be
We'll
that would be
start-
our budget for the prize. So we'll get this, like, this amount you pay will be spent on the prize for the winner of the playoffs. So
That sounds like a
I
good
guess-
idea. If anyone's actually interested in doing that, drop us a comment or a DM, and we will actually name something after. Like, genuinely, I might just, if no one bids, I'll bid something just small, just and call it like Victoria's gonna say football league.
Yeah. No, but that's a great idea from Ilya. I really respect how much effort you've put into all of this.
Yeah,
Really
seriously.
do.
yeah, of course I want to win this league. So if you look at the table, I'm like second in my league, so
Yeah.
Yeah. I cannot believe Messi's actually gone.
Oh, I know. Stop. But this is the table, and how you know that Ilya hasn't tampered with it. Oh, you can't only see the. Is because there the dream is at the very bottom. That wouldn't be the case. Otherwise.
Yeah.
and we have the first draw, which is a very rare thing for the fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's cool. Like, definitely, I'm gonna keep up with that. And like I said, if you can send us over the league table or like the fixtures or whatever, we'll tweet it out beforehand, and we'll tweet the table out after each game week. And hopefully,
Yeah.
enough people will actually see it. I think there's a couple of people who came into this league from Reddit. I'm not gonna post it on Reddit. They can just they can just not play. If they're not listening to the podcast and they don't know where to find us on Twitter, then they can just not play this. But we will post it on Twitter for sure.
Yeah,
Yep,
by naming
we
rights,
will.
guys.
Yeah, exactly. By the name and
Imagine
rights.
you can name the whole fantasy league and whole playoffs. Literally any name.
Exactly. We're gonna have to start a Patreon or something. That's
What like content would be so like we would have to really step up.
we'd have to do what?
If we start a Patreon, like imagine what the content would be there. It'd just be GeoGuessr and fantasy football.
Oh, it'd be the most stupid content ever. No one's paid for a Patreon,
Yeah.
Hanu. Let's be honest.
No. I'm just saying, like, if we did it,
Oh, by the way, guys, I watched your guesser about the stadiums. I really enjoy it. I mean, that's the really thing you should do more often, because that was
we
really,
will.
We definitely will. Ilya, you're gonna have to play with us next time. We'll invite you and we can play a game of GeoGuessr, because that was really fun, and I felt like I had a bit of an advantage over Hanu because I kind of knew the map of Russia. He can read in Russian letters, so he kind of has an idea, but it's the map of Russia that really
Yeah,
screwed him over, I
that's true.
felt.
Yep,
yeah, he was close.
that is true.
Yeah, definitely. But we'll have to do more of that, and I love that game as well, so I'm always down to play. But yeah, that's we've been talking for almost an hour, so will we wrap up?
Sure, Ilya, it was great having you on, man. Always great having you on. Big up again for the fantasy league, and we hope that Rangnick and Zorn sign loads of good players, and we also hope that Spartak win the league, and we will secretly pray that we can get a result next week.
Yeah, thank you, guys. I hope Spartak lose next week.
Yeah, I'm with Ilya on this one. Ilya, pleasure to have you on as always. Definitely coming back during the season, and I promise next time I'll have your face unfrozen as well. So
It's fine this way.
Yeah, guys, if you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like. I'm actually not going to be around next week, so Hanu's going to have to deal with all these technicalities. But yeah, if you did enjoy, like I said, leave a like. Let us know if you want to buy the naming rights to this fantasy league.
Yep.
And we'll talk to you all next week.
All right.